Hi, this is Sheridan from KillerRobotGo.com, and this is a review for the new Xbox 360 game Alan Wake. Alan Wake is a psychological survival horror game about a struggling author who decides to take a vacation in a small isolated town called Bright Falls. He begins to have these odd nightmares and visions during his stay in the town, and then later on his wife is mysteriously kidnapped. Now, I don't want to go too deep in the story, so let's start with the gameplay. What makes the gameplay a little more unique than most games is having to use a flashlight and gun at the same time. The enemies in the game, which are called the Taken, are damaged by any kind of light. You first have to use your flashlight to push the darkness out of the enemy, and then you use your handgun or shotgun to finish them off. In Alan Wake, light is your only friend. Most of the game takes place at night, which means you'll be using any kind of nearby light source to fight off the Taken. You also get other various light-emitting items, such as flares or flash grenades to keep the Taken at bay. Controlling Alan in the game is pretty easy, but the camera placement does give you a blind spot from behind, so this means you have to keep moving in the game to prevent yourself from getting attacked from behind. There's an interesting dodge feature which is also very important when playing this game, and it will be necessary because the Taken are very quick. A group of Taken can easily kill Alan within a matter of seconds, so you need to make use of flares and flashbangs in the game. On to level design. Alan Wake features a somewhat big environment for you to adventure through. There are numerous secret cabins and areas to pick up extra ammo and weapons. The only problem with it is most of the game takes place in a forest environment. It would have been much better if they expanded the design a little more and added more places to venture around it. The graphics for this game are what you'd expect from a good Xbox 360 game. The environmental lighting is just stunning, and the shifting light in the darkness will leave you in awe. Alan Wake is definitely one of the better textured games on the 360. The character design is also good, although the facial expressions don't always seem to be in line with the character's emotions. The cutscenes use the same engine as the gameplay, and the camera's always moving. This is great because it adds a cinematic quality to the game. The voice acting is great as well, and leaves you feeling as if you're watching a movie or a TV show. Nothing feels stiff or forced. All the voice actors did a great job, but the actor who portrayed Alan Wake steals the show. This is probably because Alan narrates a whole lot in the game as the story unfolds, so expect to listen to him talk to himself a lot while you play this game. The story is really what makes the game. Yes, it does seem cliched at times, but the overall idea is something you can come to love. Don't expect the game to be absolutely disturbing like other survival horror games, but it will give you somewhat of a richer scare at times. The game focuses more on an isolated fear rather than a violent, bloody one. The character dialogue really pushes the game along and helps us believe that what's happening is real. Overall, this game is a good play. I don't necessarily think it would be worth buying because the replay value is somewhat low, but if you are a true fan of survival horror and you do own an Xbox 360, I'd suggest you get this game. It's got a good story, a somewhat unique style of gameplay, and a great cinematic feel to it. Alan Wake ranks at a solid 8.5 out of 10 for our review. Make sure and stop by KillerRobotGo.com for all your movie, music, and video game news, as well as reviews and monthly giveaways. This has been Sheridan for KillerRobotGo.com. Thanks for listening.